So, welcome everyone. So, today we learn about different types of system design. So, those are high level and low level design. It's the high level and this is the low level. So, in this lecture, we'll focus on the high level things. What does high level design look like and what exactly high level design is? So, high level design is the macro level design. It's the macro level design. Cool. So it covers the overall system. Eye view. When we see things like a macro, from the macro point of view, it's the overall system. So basically, level design, it describes the main components of the system in brief. Describes the main components, describes the main things of the system in brief. Cool. And the inputs are the software requirements. For example, if we are building some product, we need to know what are the tech stack, what are the software, what are the tools that we require to build that thing. That is very important. So we just need to know about these things before we start our designing. So the inputs in the eye level view or the eye view design or the macro level system design or the overall system design is the software. The inputs are software. Cool. The softwares, the tools, the technologies, the tech stack. For example, we have, if we have to use different things, what things will fit in the right manner, we have to follow some pattern for building this thing. There should be a stepwise process or whatever things we are getting, we are requiring, or we want to look that product like. So everything is required as input in the HLD. Cool. So basically what happens is that when we come across some HLD in interviews, so the first thing we need, that we should understand the problem statement very thoroughly. This should be very thorough. If the interviewer gives us an HLD question in an interview, then first thing we should get very well versed with the problem, what this problem actually means, what the user is giving as the input, what is his requirement, how much capacity is required, what is this thing means. We need to check all the boxes clear regarding our questions. That's the first thing. The second thing is we need to get well versed with the requirements. As I mentioned previously, whether it's functional or non-functional requirements, we should be very well versed with this. It should be known to us that what we require of by building a product, what we require, what we require, and how we are going to use that, to use that. This should be on our tips. Cool. The next thing is the capacity. This is also a very critical thing, very critical, because knowing the amount of data that's getting stored, how much requests are there, how much DB analysis we need to do for a product to be a successful product, and it should not crash because of low capacity and high capacity issues or certain things like that. So we need to get well versed with the capacity thing also. The last step is we need to define different components. Different components. So we need to know about the different modules or the different components that we have to use while building that product. This is very important. Cool. So this, and the last point is also very important. It is the communication between all of them. How they will communicate, how will we manage communication between all of them, that is also very very important. So we need to know these things, we need to follow this procedure while we tackle a high level design problem and an interview. Cool. So thank you everyone, we'll meet in the next lecture with our low level design analysis. Thank you.